So apparently flirting has rules, but no one ever sent me the handbook because tell me why. This woman, who's very much taken, keeps giving me these confusing signals. You know, the type, one moment she's acting totally normal, and the next there's this undeniable something in the air. It's like the mood shifts, her energy changes, and you're left wondering, is it real or am I just imagining this? If you've ever caught yourself thinking, wait, is she into me or am I losing my mind? I then trust me, you're not alone and you're definitely not crazy, because women who are taken can still feel attraction, that the signs are subtle, forbidden, and often unspoken. But they're there, and today we're decoding them. I'm breaking down the 10 signs you need to know. These aren't just playful behaviours or friendly gestures. These are cues deeply rooted in psychology, body language, and human emotion. And if you stick around until the very end, I've got a bonus sign that's more powerful than all the others combined. It's the one most men never see coming, but once you know it, you'll never miss it again. Welcome to Wisdom. Muse, your go-to channel for real, relatable, and raw advice on love attraction and the messy, grey areas in between. Sign murder, when her voice becomes softer around you. A woman's voice can reveal more than her words ever will. And that's not just poetic. It's backed by research studies published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behaviour show that women unconsciously change their vocal tone when speaking to someone they're attracted to. It's not loud. It's not obvious. It's soft, warmer, more melodic, sometimes even a little breathy. And no, she's not suddenly catching a cold. Here's what you need to pay attention to. How does she speak to others? Is her tone neutral, brisk or businesslike with most people, but then different with you if her voice softens when you're around? If it sounds like she's letting her guard down, that's not random. That's instinct. Let's say you're in a group. She's having a conversation with others, clear, confident, maybe even sharp. But then she turns to you and her tone drops just a notch. It becomes smoother, slower, and there's even a slight little in her voice that's a sign. And if she laughs more easily around you, especially at things that aren't even that funny, that's not about the joke. It's about you. Laughter is a psychological signal of comfort and attraction. It's the body's way of saying, I like how I feel when I'm around you. Now, yes, some women are naturally soft-spoken, but if her voice shifts noticeably in your presence, if she speaks to you differently than anyone else, that's a green light in disguise. Sign number 2, she makes subtle changes to her appearance. Here's the truth. Women don't dress up for everyone. They dress up for the one who matters. If she suddenly seems to be paying more attention to her appearance when you're around, you need to take notice. And I'm not talking about a red carpet level glow up. I mean the small, easily changes. A spritz of perfume that lingers just enough to catch your attention. A fresh coat of lip gloss. She wasn't wearing yesterday. An outfit that feels just a bit more put together, tailored, flattering, even a pop of colour she knows you once complimented. Here's where it gets more interesting. Does she fix her hair while talking to you? Does she adjust her clothes or subtly check her reflection when you're nearby? That's not vanity, that's biology. When a woman is attracted to someone, she naturally wants to present her best self in their presence, even if she's already taken. Let's take a real-world example. Say you see her at work or the gym places where comfort usually trumps fashion. If she was always casual before, but now there's more polish to her. Look, on days she knows she'll see you. That's not coincidence. Posture matters too. Is she standing a little taller? Walking with more confidence? Tilting her chin slightly when she knows you're nearby? These are unspoken efforts to be seen, to be remembered, to stand out. But only in your eyes. Now, let's not assume every well-dressed woman is secretly interested in you. But if she makes targeted time changes that align with your presence. That's a message, and it's louder than you think. Sign number 3. She finds ways to be near you where attention goes. Energy flows if she's always around you. It's not just a coincidence. Attraction isn't just felt, it's acted on. And one of the most revealing ways a woman shows it, proximity. She may not say she wants to be near you, but her behaviour will scream. It has. She started sitting closer than before. Does she suddenly show up in places where you're usually found? Even if she never used to be there, maybe she used to sit across the room in meetings or classes. Now she's beside you. Maybe she wasn't into coffee before, but now you randomly bump into her at your favourite cafe, or she just happens to take the same gym class you go to every Tuesday. It's not by chance. This is behavioural science at play. People naturally gravitate toward those there are. Here's what you really want to look for. Or does she linger after a conversation? Does she hang around a bit longer than necessary in group settings? Does she somehow always end up next to you, even when she had other options? These are not accidental patterns. Attraction pulls people in. Literally, her presence in your space, her nearness, her comfort level when she's beside you, all of that says something. And remember, this isn't about stalking behaviour. She's not tracking your every move, but emotionally, she wants to be close. Even if she never touches you, even if she doesn't say a word, her consistent proximity is a message, one that whispers, I feel something and I want to be near it. Sign number 4, subtle physical touches. When it comes to attraction, nothing is truly accidental. Especially touch a woman who's into you will find small, almost unnoticeable ways to make physical contact. It could be as minor as brushing against your arm, picking a piece of lint off your shirt, playfully tapping you when she laughs, resting her hand just a little too long on your shoulder. These tiny moments of contact, they're not just gestures, they're emotional anchors. Why? Because the human brain is wired to respond powerfully to touch, especially from someone we're attracted to. Social psychology research shows that touch triggers oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Even a soft graze can activate emotional connection. And women know this instinctively. If she's making excuses to touch you, even lightly, she's creating a bridge, a connection, a spark. Let's make this real. Maybe she gives you a high five, but lets her hand linger just a second too long. Maybe when she walks past, her hand lightly brushes the small of your back. Or maybe she gives you a playful push when joking, but doesn't do that with anyone else. Frequency is the key. A one-off touch, maybe coincidence, but if she does it again and again in different settings, that's a pattern, and patterns reveal truth. Want to test? Try gently placing your hand on her forearm while laughing or making a point during a conversation. Watch what happens next. Does she pull away quickly, or does she lean into it or even touch you back later? That's her body talking, and body language never lies. Sign number 5. She acts differently around you when a woman likes you. She might not say it, but she'll show it, especially in how she changes around you. Because people are creatures of habit. We usually behave consistently, but when someone we're emotionally drawn to enters the room, that consistency breaks. Something shifts. Suddenly, she's fidgeting with her hands, or she starts playing with her hair. Maybe her voice cracks ever so slightly, or she stumbles over her words. That's not nervousness. That's chemistry colliding with restraint. On the flip side, some women don't get shy. They get playful. They tease you more than others. They laugh harder, engage more, and seem fully present when you're speaking. Then there are women who open up emotionally. They start asking deeper questions. They give you their undivided attention. They lean in literally and emotionally. Here's how to spot the difference. Observe her with others. First, is she confident, relaxed, and direct with them, but suddenly quieter or more playful around you? Or maybe she's generally reserved, but with you, she becomes more expressive, more alive, more emotionally available. Picture this. You're in a group. She's laid back, making conversation, but the moment you walk in, her posture changes. She tucks her hair behind her ear. She adjusts her clothes. She touches her necklace or bites her lip. That's her subconscious reacting to you. Because attraction is a disruptor. It doesn't just alter thoughts, it alters behaviour. And when someone behaves differently around you, that difference is a window into how they really feel. Sign number 6, her eyes tell the truth. They say the eyes are the window to the soul. And when it comes to attraction, they're also the loudest truth tellers because the eyes can lie intentionally. But when it comes to someone you're secretly into, they rarely do. If you want to know how a woman really feels about you, don't overanalyze her words. Watch her eyes. This isn't just a gut feeling, it's backed by science. A study in the Journal of Research and Personality found that prolonged eye contact increases emotional connection and romantic feelings. It's a primal response. So, here's what to look for. Frequent glances. She keeps looking at you when she thinks you're not watching, then looks away. The second your eyes meet, that's not randomness. That's interest, timid, unspoken, and real lingering. Eye contact. If she holds your gaze just a moment longer than usual, even half a second longer than she does with others, that's her giving you access to her emotions. And then there's the biological giveaway. Most people miss dilated pupils when we see someone we're attracted to. Our pupils naturally get bigger. It's an unconscious chemical reaction. Your brain happens in milliseconds. It's not planned. It's a raw instinct. Here's something you can try next time you're in a conversation. Hold her gaze just a fraction longer than usual. Don't force it. Just linger. If she holds it too, even subtly, that's not just confidence. That's chemistry rising to the surface. And if her eyes soften when she looks at you, if they seem to flicker with curiosity, kindness, or something deeper, she may be saying nothing, but her heart just might be speaking. Sign number 7, she dives into deep questions. People who don't care about you, they don't ask about the things that matter. But when a woman is truly attracted to you, even if she's taken, she'll go beyond small talk. Why? Because attraction isn't just about surface-level chemistry. It's about emotional curiosity. She's not just attracted to your appearance. She's drawn to your mind. Now, ask yourself this. Does she ask things like, "How was your weekend?" Or does she lean in and ask, "If money didn't matter, what would you do with your life?" Does she ask, "What drives you? What scares you? What's something no one knows about you?" These aren't just questions. They're her way of saying, "I want to understand you, the real you," and pay attention to how she reacts to your answers. Does she just smile and move on? Or does she lean in, ask more questions, remember details, even open up herself? Because when a woman starts revealing her own inner world, her dreams, regrets, fears, that's vulnerability, that's emotional trust, that's intimacy and motion. And that's not something she shares with just anyone. So next time you talk to her, notice the depth of your conversation. And if it feels more like a late-night soul talk than a casual chat, then you're no longer just some guy to her, you're becoming someone she wants to connect with, emotionally, mentally, and maybe even more. Sign number 8, micro-reactions of jealousy. Jealousy is the emotion that reveals what pride tries to hide. Even if she's taken, she's not immune to jealousy. And if she's secretly attracted to you, even on a subconscious level, you'll see it in her reactions. But here's the twist. She's never going to say, "I'm jealous." That would be too obvious, too vulnerable, too risky. Instead, it comes out in fleeting moments, those quick, barely noticeable reactions that speak volumes. And here's what to watch for. Let's say you casually mention another woman, a friend, co-worker, or even a date you went on. Now pause and observe. Does her tone suddenly shift? Does she downplay the other woman saying things like, "She doesn't seem like your type," or "She looks high maintenance"? That's not just an opinion, that's a reaction, or maybe she laughs. But there's a sting behind the joke. Wow, she must be special if you're bringing her up. That's disguised envy. In some cases, it's even subtler. She might go quiet, change the subject, withdraw emotionally, or suddenly start talking about her own partner as if to remind you that she's taken. That's not coincidence. That's territorial tension, emotional friction between desire and denial. Jealousy isn't just about wanting what you can't have. It's about fearing that someone else might take what you wish you had the right to want. So, if you mention another woman and notice any of these subtle emotional shifts, even if she masks it with a smile, she's telling you far more than she realizes. Sign number 9, her body language speaks louder than words. Words can lie, but body language, that's where the truth lives. Especially when someone's feelings are too complicated, too forbidden, or too risky to admit out loud. A woman may never say outright that she's into you, especially if she's already in a relationship. But her body will always speak first, and it rarely whispers, "Here's what to look for." When someone is attracted to you, their body does certain things automatically. They lean in closer when you speak. Their posture opens up rather than closing off their hands. Feet, even their torso, are oriented toward you even when they have other people around. That's not just openness, that's attention with intention. Ever noticed her tilt her head while listening to you? That's not just being polite. It's a classic sign of curiosity and emotional engagement. Or maybe you notice something else, something subtle but powerful. She starts to mirror you. If you cross your arm, she does too. If you lean back, she leans back. This is called mirroring, and it's one of the most deeply rooted signs of connection. It signals rapport, comfort, and desire to sync. Then there's positioning in a group. Does she always seem to angle her body towards you, even if she's talking to someone else? What about her feet? Sounds strange, but it's a powerful cue. If her feet are pointed towards you, even unconsciously, it means she's mentally and emotionally oriented in your direct direction. Now, here's the one. Most guys never notice when a woman is attracted to someone. She tends to expose her neck and wrists more. These are vulnerable areas. Exposing them is a subconscious way attraction. So, if you catch her playing with her necklace, brushing her hair to one side, or lightly touching her wrist while talking to you, don't dismiss it. These aren't just habits, they're emotional Morse code. And if you learn how to read them, you'll discover what her words are trying to hide. Sign number 10, she's emotionally invested in you. Attraction without emotion that fades fast. But when a woman starts to care, not just flirt, but truly care, that's when things get deep. That's when you become more than just an option. You become someone who matters. Emotional investment is the strongest unspoken sign of attraction. It's when she starts showing concern for your well-being, your mindset, your growth. So, how can you tell? Start with the details. Does she remember small things you mentioned? Weeks ago, your favourite drink, a tough meeting you had coming up, that one dream you shared late one night. That's not just good memory, that's emotional tracking. If she asks you how that meeting went or sends you good luck beforehand, that's connection, that's care. And then there's this. Does she check in on you? If you're having a rough week, does she ask how you're holding up if something great happens? Does she celebrate with you genuinely? And more importantly, does she open up about herself? Because when a woman starts revealing her own fears, dreams, frustrations, especially things she doesn't normally share, she's not just talking. She's trusting that's sacred. And it tells you more than any compliment or flirt ever could. So ask yourself this: does she treat you like just another person in her orbit, or like someone whose opinions, thoughts, and feelings truly matter to her? If it's the latter, even if she's taken, then there's more going on beneath the surface. Then anyone else can see bonus signs she finds excuses to text or call you. Let's be honest, people don't just randomly think about you and reach out. They do it because they care, because you're on their mind. And when a woman is genuinely drawn to you, even if she's in a relationship, she'll find little ways to keep that invisible string between you alive. Sometimes it's subtle. She might send you a meme, a video, an inside joke from a conversation you had 2 weeks ago. On the surface, it seems casual, but underneath it's this: hey, I was thinking about you. You matter to me. Even if I can't say it out loud other times, she might text you something vague like, I just saw something that reminded me of you. Let that sink in. She's in a committed relationship, yet something in her day pulled her thoughts to you so much that she needed to tell you. That's not friendship. That's a slip of emotion. Then there's the classic check-in. Hey, how did your project go? How was your trip? Did you end up watching that movie? It sounds friendly, but it